Soul Sit Down with the Lady Songbird Jinda. Join the Lady Songbird for uplifting discussions about her personal experiences in the music industry. She will be chatting with fellow artists, sharing inspirational stories, and exploring practical resources to help navigate creative journeys. Coming soon, 30-minute Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook Live.
Welcome to Soul, Sit Down with the Lady Songbird, Jinda Harris. Good evening, everyone, and welcome, Jinda.
How are you? Hey, how you doing, William? How you doing?
Pretty good. Just looking forward to another epic episode of Sit Down with the Lady Songbird, Jinda.
Wonderful. Well, today is an awesome day. I want to just give a couple of shout outs and some notices. I have a show at Jamming Moments this Saturday, Mother's Day show going on at Jamming Moments, and that is May 10th. No pre-sale tickets. You have to purchase the tickets at the door. $20 at the door. So if you want to bring your loved one, your mother out, your wife out, your sister out, y'all come on out. Let's have a good time. It's going to be an action-packed show you don't want to miss. Also, May 24th, I'll be in Pascagoula, Mississippi. And on the show, I'll be doing a tribute to Tina Marie and Patti LaBelle. And then May 31st, I will be in Albany, Georgia. So I'm excited about that. And if you want to know where I'm going to be, I'll just keep it month-to-month basis, but I'm somewhere each month. So just keep an eye on your girl, the Lady Songbird, and I'm on the move. Now, got all that out the way. I want to introduce to Eric. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just laughing.
Oh yeah, I want to introduce to you his family, Mr. World Famous. I've been jacking your name up because I know you as your government name. Okay, but you are a jack of all trades. Okay, so you go by DJ King Famous, Mr. World Famous, and Mr. Naughty Naughty. Now. Listeners, welcome. Let's welcome him in.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, when I decided to have a podcast, I reach out to some of the people that are near and dear to me. You're one, and I want for all the listeners to know who Mr. World Famous is.
Well, I'm gonna make a long story short. The concept behind the name is in order to become, you must be. So when I decided that way back in 1996, I wanted to be famous. So when you fill in the blanks, in order to become famous, you must be famous. As a man thinketh, so is he. So my name is more so an affirmation for me. Mm-hmm. And that's where that name came from. I'm a reference to DJ King Famous. I started DJing again. I was DJing in the 90s at nightclubs and strip clubs and stuff. So I was just a regular DJ then. I stopped DJing. But when I began DJing again about 4 or 5 years ago, it's because I was going out, seeing phenomenal shows like your shows and everything, and where they had an adult crowd. But normally, the music would change up after a certain period of time. And I wanted to bring my mother to these same type of events. But because the music would change, she wasn't comfortable going out. So I decided to get back into DJing so that I can actually play the music that she enjoys, which is more so old school music. So once again, I became DJ King Famous actually because my mother motivated me to get back on the turntables to make sure that us grown folks have a good show. And Mr. Naughty, good for your body. Where that came from is shouts out to Just In Case, a.k.a. Avandra Albani. And matter of fact, Matthew Davis and Uncle Verge is like, he's an R&B singer. So when he decided to get into Southern Soul, we were convinced by a few individuals. He said, I was more so background, but then we heard about Bad News. And we found out there's a rapper in Southern Soul. And when me and him used to tour, I was his hype man, his break dancer, and in the background rapper, and he was a singer. So he said, well, you an EMC, won't you start rapping in Southern Soul since the guy Southern Soul rapper? So I said, okay, because my style has always been, smooth, debonair. I like to be a ladies' man and everything. I said, well, I love the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
You got to do that again. That was a move. That was a move on its own. Go ahead and say smooth, debonair. Come on now.
So I said, you know what? I want to get the ladies something, they can, a little something different what I saw from Southern. So I wanted to be a looking good, smelling good, well-dressed man in this particular genre. But because I love the ladies, and I said, you know what, I might get a little naughty on stage. So I said, I just call myself Mr. Naughty, good for your body. So when they know I come out there, I'm there for the ladies.
Now you have been around for a very long time. Where are you from originally?
Born in Lake Charles, Louisiana. I'm an Army brat, so I never lived there, so I couldn't tell you anything about Louisiana. But born in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Okay, okay. And so you now reside in the ATL
Yes,
in
been here
Atlanta.
since 1989.
Okay. So were you ever what made you want to get into the DJ aspect?
Well, back in the 80s, because I'm 56 as of April the 20th. Back in the
Mhm.
80s, I was a break dancer and a rapper and then basically DJing. Well, the reason why I started DJing back in the 80s because I was doing house parties, but there wasn't enough of them to go to. So I said, well, let me have my own party. So I had to learn how to DJ. Shouts out to my brother.
Uh-oh. Looks like we lost him.
To cancel that. Shout out to my brother DJ Ice Cream. He used to be a DJ with DJ Ice T in Augusta, Georgia. And I
Mhm.
decided I should work on this table and I learned how to DJ so that I can throw parties so I can rap and break dance. So I started DJing back in the 80s.
Okay. So you started DJing back in the 80s. So you pretty much you're seasoned when it comes to that,
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
Now, when you wanted to branch out and you have music out, correct? Okay,
Yeah,
so
because
what made you change and transition into an artist yourself?
like I said, the DJing part, I mean, I went from the DJing, the breakdance, and then I went into the rapping during the 90s with Avandra Arvani. I was known
Mhm.
as YGAB back then, Young Gifted and Black, because I was singing, rapping, dancing, acting, modeling, producing, DJing, promoting, choreographer. I was doing whatever I could in Atlanta for success, and I didn't get that success that I wanted, but I did make a name for myself. So I kind of got behind the scenes on the business side once again. So I stopped being an artist. So once again, as when I got reintroduced to Southern Soul, when the older crowd was flocking, I said, well, I have these talents that I kind of slept on for a little while and everything. And I said, I enjoy entertaining performance. So that's why I got back into it, to be able to entertain individuals and also as a DJ to be able to provide the music as grown folks want to hear.
Mhm. Well, that's an amazing thing because I mean, you have evolved as an artist, and you can tap into so many different facets, which is
Oh yeah.
absolutely amazing when it comes to it. Now, who are some of your inspirations?
Believe it or not, Fresh Prince back in the 90s. I mean the 80s in this case, because I don't necessarily have the what we call the gangster look, you know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
couldn't get away with being gangster and hardcore. I couldn't pull
Yeah.
that off in high school. I didn't have the look. I was, believe it or not, I was tall, 6'1", 165 in eighth grade. I was talking to my teachers and the students, so they thought I was going to be like a basketball player. So I was tall
Mhm.
for my age. So I basically got into, became an entertainer and everything. That way I can be able to, impress the ladies and everything. And that's kind of
Mhm.
sort of how I did that. And that's when I met some other individuals who were in entertainment. I began working with them. And that kind of helped me to learn more and more and more because I wasn't making it as fast as I wanted to in the industry. I said, well, what do I need? So when I realized I needed production, nobody produced me. I started producing. Nobody DJ, I started DJing. So I became, jack of all trades, master of some, because once again, I wanted to basically be successful in the industry. And from that, when I got behind the scenes and learned the business, I said, there's more money behind the scenes. So I kind of stayed back there.
Right.
But I've kind of done it all.
Mhm. Now, do you write music for other people? Do you produce music for other people?
Yes, I was doing music production more so in the I'm gonna say the early '90s. Shouts out to Shonell Green and of course the Lady Mahasu, aka Mary Sumter. They were some of the first artists I worked with, along with
Mhm.
Fantasy, aka Avandra Arvani. So I started doing R&B because I love R&B. I was producing. I'm not a keyboard player, but I did play in the band. So I played horn instruments. So I had a little musical talent, but I wasn't a
Mhm.
keyboardist. So I was able to sequence back in the day. So I started producing R&B artists locally in Augusta, Georgia. And that went
Okay.
very well for me to where hip hop artists wanted me to make hip hop beats. And because I was a rapper, it was kind of easy. And I started production then. So I thought I was going to be a big producer until I realized, I'm like, you know what? Some of the entertainers I'm producing, they're not very entertaining. Good song, good music, but that show, because to me a show is the Michael Jacksons, the Princes,
Right.
the Britney Spears, the Janet Jackson, the show. That's what I like to see.
Mhm.
But I call them karaoke singers. So I'm like, that's why that I love to entertain. I wanted to get back into it to be able to bring a little more entertainment to, in this case, Southern Soul, some of that older R&B.
Now, would you say that the aspect of Southern Soul, do you see it being more on a more national platform, being that you have like artists like 803 Fresh bringing it to the platform to people now? People respect it more than they did
Yes.
before.
Of course. And I look back when I was looking at the beginning of hip hop with Cool Herc and all of them, how they started DJing outside and stuff. And you had some people coming up, Kumo D and all them rapping and stuff, doing all this little backyard, home stuff, local things. And because there were so many different individuals doing at that point in time, the industry ignored it until it blew up. But I always thought about this. I said when I started seeing like some of these documentaries or hearing about their stories, a lot of these artists knew each other. They socialize, they network, like we come across each other, it shows in this, Miss Mika, Ice, but we just come across and we doing our thing, but we don't know. 5 to 10 years from now, when they look at the origins, where this came from and how it all got started, who all was involved, we're some of the pioneers. So because I see it that way, I say, you know what? Right now, the world ain't really paying it too much attention, but it's starting to, like Fresh, what's his name? Like 803 Fresh, of course, Pokey Bear, of course, Tucker, of course, King George, bringing Southern Soul to the limelight or to the mainstream. I said, okay, it has the potential now. So we need to plant our roots like you're doing. You're already established, but plant our roots now in this particular genre. So when they start to see it and pay attention, we bring in real talents. We start getting respect in the industry because, like yourself, phenomenal talent. Although it's Southern soul blues, that talent is just as good as a Aretha Franklin, a Luther Vandross, a Teddy Pendergrass, because y'all have that type of talent. So the reason why I'm in it now, because I'm like, yo, it has the potential of becoming known, but the question is, who's doing it? Who's involved? Who's established? Who's networked? See what I'm saying? That's what's going to help.
Well, see, to me, the key concept to being successful in any artist is trying to get out there is marketing yourself. And you have to stay relevant. You have to definitely stay relevant. I want to give a shout out to Yolanda Perez that just tuned in. And everybody share. I can't really see how many people are on, but the beautiful thing is they're on. So share. But it's to me, to the upcoming artists that's out there listening, it's imperative that you market yourself. If you don't know how, you need to learn. And even with me, I market myself. People ask who makes the flyers, who does all this. I do all this. It's all in-house. So definitely you need to learn how to invest in yourself. Can you just touch on that a little bit?
Yeah. Back in 1996, in order to become, you must be famous. I was just famous. Flash forward to 2002 on I Love New York, when the dude by the name of Chance he said on national TV, where I'm from, I'm a music producer and they call me famous. At that time, I was a music producer in Atlanta and they called me famous. So I said, oh, dang, he didn't put it out there that he's famous. I don't want nobody to think I was biting his name. That's not graduated to Mr. World Famous. So from there, here we go. Because I've chosen a name that appears to be a big name, according to the concept, I said, well, when I step out, marketing, when I step out and people say, who was that Mr. World Famous? I need to look somewhat famous. So some people know my wardrobe is extensive. When I walk out, I don't care if I'm going to Walmart to get some French vanilla for my coffee. I'm going like this, period. Number two, it makes me a walking billboard. If you're an artist, you want individuals to know who you are and what you do. So if they have no reason to approach you because you look like you blend in, see, I don't care to blend in. I love being different. I love standing. I love that. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To me, when I wear normal clothes, I feel invisible. I'm like, okay, that's nobody complimenting the jacket or the hat or the glasses. I got accustomed to it for the most part. So marketing, if you're an artist and you want people to know who you are, market. You don't have to be, do dresses, go all out like I do for the most part. But you have to stand out. Yes, you have to stand out. Like Iceberg, if it's that little gray, you know what I'm saying? That little gray. Miss Connie did purple all the time, even the purple lashes. You got to stand out.
Me and my gowns, my dresses,
yes,
my wear, even on an interview, you have to definitely stand out. And this is not a show. This is our way of life. This is what, when you see Miss Connie on the off day, she got her purple on. Okay, I've been knowing Miss Connie for years. Even when she's not performing, that's just her persona. You are your persona. I am my persona. You have to live it and breathe it, just like when an actor goes into a major role.
Yes,
they have to actually live it and breathe it.
Thank you.
So people if you don't take your music serious, your artistry serious, consumers are not. They're gonna think you're a gimmick.
Yes. Yeah.
So
and that's what I say when they come to the studio, and I'm like, and I'm looking at them, even when I don't want to go. I got so many examples, but once again, normally when I see them, when I go to certain shows and everything, how they come, Ooh, I don't know you. You know who you are, but I don't know you. But I know when I go to certain shows and when you walk in, I can't identify you as an artist. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, did you just get off work and come here dressed like that? Is that your work clothes? See what I'm saying?
Mm.
Or do you
Come
have an
on now.
image, a concept? That's why I love your concept. Every flyer you said is a gown. I don't know if you're classical. I don't know if you're jazz. It's the songbird. Everything is elegant. And your voice is
Mhm.
there, but yet you choose to be around an audience that can appreciate that. Because I tell everybody, they're not accustomed to see what they're not accustomed to see a woman of your caliber, of your stature, at a juke joint.
Yeah.
They're not used to that. So they feel privileged when you can come and basically give them the same show you would give the president of the United States. You give them the same show, same performance. They appreciate that. And because you put the effort in, it shows that you take what you do seriously. So that's why I said, I look around. I tell everybody, I've been watching. And there's certain individuals, they stand out. I appreciate it. I take my hat off to them. And some individuals, I'm like, come on, bruh.
That's
They
right.
need to ask, who are you? Do you
Mhm.
sing? But if
Come
they ain't
on
ask you
now.
that question, you might just Google image for a singer or something just to find some gimmick. Like Homeboy had the Band-Aid, LL Cool J lick his lips. Something
Mhm.
you have to have something, like you said, so that you stand
You,
out.
you have to. You have to be marketable. You have to have
Yes.
something. I want to shout out to Talaric Records that's on right now. He's an amazing artist. He said, embrace the business. Definitely. That is absolutely true.
Yes.
You have to embrace the business. Um, my husband, shout out to Howard Harris that's on here watching live. We have people chime
Hostile
in.
Howard.
Hostile Howard, handsome Howard Harris. Come on now. Well, you're absolutely right. And people ask, and you hit me up all the time, hey, Jinda, what lipstick color were you wearing? What
Wow.
You will be surprised on how many people ask me where I get my gowns, where is this, where is that. I tell them because I have nothing to hide. I am pushing classy, and that's what I am.
Yes.
I want someone to look back at me 10, 20, 30 years from now, my grandkids to say, they Meemaw were always classy.
Bam.
So,
There it is.
yeah. So hats off to you because you are a classy brother. And
Thank you. Appreciate it.
come on now.
Oh, my bad. You just had it.
All right.
I got to tip my hat to you, young lady.
My husband said one thing, boy, we had sound check, right? And sound check, no one's coming in there, okay? We're doing a sound check. I'm not dressed up or anything like that. But I got, I come and do my job and then I'm out, to get ready.
Yes.
My husband said, you came here to set up and you was dressed up like you about to perform. I said, and then he said, when we came back to do the show, the brother changed into something else. So, I hats off to you. Just awesome, down to earth, always wonderful. You're just a beautiful. You are just an amazing human being, and I thank you so much for
Appreciate
being
that.
you. So now, you're doing the music, you're
Mhm.
producing, you're DJing. Do you see any other things that you're going to be tapping into that we need to know about real soon?
Well, of course, because I feel that most of the events that we do, especially as grown adults, when I say grown adults, I'm referring to 35 and older. I have this phrase: if you're 35 and younger, I will reference you as a kid. So when I say kids, I don't mean children, I mean somebody 35 and younger. So because I like how the individuals who were, let me say 35 plus, I always say 40, but I'll deal with 35-year-olds. See, I want to go to a venue that basically people when women walk in there, that's why I have the COG Club of Gentlemen. When women walk in there, they see the type of man they don't mind associating with. Not a man that's young enough to be their son or grandson. See what I'm saying? They walk in there, there are men there who choose to be gentlemen so they feel comfortable while they're there. So
Right.
because it's not different, it's not always easy for me to find venues that will cater strictly to the grown crowd. My next project is to find a venue or venues that's going to allow us to, that's all we do there. So my next
Oh,
project
yeah.
is basically get us places that, number one, when you go there, you know what to expect. Grown folks having a good time. And then I want to bring in that phenomenal talent like Jinda Harris, the Songbirds. I'm saying to entertain them same individuals.
Damn, there.
Exactly. And at these same things, I wanted to be social type events, to where they can network. I don't mind saying we got doctors in the house, lawyers and stuff. You never know who you can socialize and network with. So it's not just a show. It's a time to network, socialize. And hey, you might even find a companion or a new friend or whatever. I wanted to be to where it's a social event, not just a concert. The concert is just entertainment for the social event. So my next
Right.
project is to build the biggest social events in Atlanta, try to take it outside of Atlanta. So there's a lot of local superstars Southern Soul Superstars here in
Come on now.
Atlanta and surrounding areas in Georgia that I wanted to reach out to within 250-mile radius to where as I get these venues and we need to work together on, you know of one? Well, we know
Mhm.
jamming moments. Let me
Oh
know.
yeah,
But
we
what they
know.
got
Yeah,
to,
we definitely. Yeah,
what they
we'll
got
let
to
you know.
understand is when we go in there, like what you do with your crew, we
Mhm.
already know our show and our concept. If the general public come in, we already go have our show and our concept. We're not changing for your general public or your local
That's right.
crowd. They paying to come in for what we want to provide for them. We want a
All
grown
right.
folk good time. See what I'm
I
saying?
always
Like I
tell
said in my
people.
thing, I'm not
Mhm.
changing my music for them. When I come in there, woo, don't get me started. So
Well,
my thing is, I don't want to talk about it, complain about it. I'm just going to do it.
right, and the right audience will find you.
Bam.
He will. They will.
It
They will
is.
find you. So that
Yes.
my team, Tyler. I know Tyler Records. His
Mhm.
team Songbird Jinda LLC. Your team. We're all on the same page when we do
Oh, yes.
shows. We have a production and we bring it
Thank
strictly for
you.
the grown and sexy. We want to
Ooh,
bring back slow dancing. We want to bring back uh couples dancing on the dance floor.
thank
You know,
you.
I love line dances, don't get me wrong, but every song's not meant to be a line dance.
I'm like,
It's time to get dancing back together, couples dancing, having a good time, asking a
exactly.
man asking a woman to dance, things like that. You know, yeah.
Exactly, because when I go, I like to go out and support artists regardless. Yeah, but when I go there and I see 70% women, 30% men, that's not good. See what I'm saying? Well, I'm not saying that's not good. For a man, that's phenomenal. But for the women that get dressed up, looking good, smelling good, hair done, lashes done, lipstick, all that stuff done, I think, although they with their girlfriends, they don't mind if a gentleman, that's or a dance or a conversation, I know that they would like to socialize with the opposite sex. Whether they say so or not, I don't care about this IND, I don't care about all that. You are a woman, especially if you're grown for the most part, that she wouldn't mind. That's why I'm encouraging my men to come out because I tell the fellas, the ladies are looking for you. You may go think they sitting by themselves, don't want to be bothered, but trust me, brother, if you're a gentleman, they don't mind. So, like you were saying, I want to bring them together to where we can socialize to where they don't mind inviting their other girlfriends. He don't mind inviting the other fellas. But he will
Right.
know, yo, fellas, when you go here though, you got to be a gentleman. Don't show up in no cut off jeans stuff and no baseball cap backwards. These are gentlemen. See what I'm saying? And the ladies are expecting that. And because they know they're going to be gentlemen, they're going to carry themselves accordingly. See what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They're going to carry themselves as ladies. And it's a win-win. We be gentlemen, they be ladies. The atmosphere is going to be phenomenal and feel good. And like you say about the music and the performances, as long as it's mature and make us want to come together, it's a beautiful night.
And that to me, that package right there makes a memorable experience. And that's what we
Yes.
sell is an experience. Now, in the future, who are some of the artists that you want to work with?
Woo! There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Uh, Lady Mahasu, number one. Avandria
Mhm,
Arbani, aka Just in Case, number two.
mhm.
There's some strange characters. I say strange because they're different. They're different. And that's why I like them. And there's a
Uh-huh.
lot of them. And there's
Mhm.
certain enough artists here who I also respect. And it'd be an honor to basically work with them for the most part. So locally, I'm gonna say I like me some Nigel. Nigel Perkins.
Dr.
Love the
Perkins.
show and
Yeah.
everything. Black coffee always go strong. Icebuck has a very phenomenal show. It's like yours. This show is actually structured. We got Lucky Leak we got out here. We of course got Mika, we got Miss Connie. So there's a lot of them here. We got OC Soul. I mean, there's individuals here, enough of us here to actually do some things. Of course, when you go branch out a little bit, of course, over there in Augusta, Georgia, we got the Songbird. See, the thing about your dang on voice. See,
Oh,
there's
come on,
certain
man.
songs that you sing, and it's like you just make me soft like a puppy. It's like it's not about being naughty, it's about yo, just chill. The girl go, oh my goodness. So certain artists, it's like I just want to sometime be in y'all presence and supporting you in the ways that I can, whether it's
Thank you.
background, I can be a background singer, dancer, trumpet player, whatever it may be. So some of
Thank
the ones around here, the ones that like to party and do group things and perform,
you.
I want to work with some of those. And they go all the way to Texas that I know. I can trust me, I know a lot
Oh
of them I
yeah.
can
Oh
name.
yeah. Oh yeah. So now, you said that about now when it comes to let's go back to fashion. Okay.
Yes.
Now you're very fashionable. Do you ever see
And
yourself doing a male line? Speaking on clothing,
hmm,
suits, sunglasses. I know how you do it now. Come on.
okay. Yes and no. Number one, in reference to actually Mr. World Famous, the concept of Mr. World Famous is always I'm saying the bling bling, shiny, sparkle, sparkle, sequin type thing. That's Mr. World Famous because he stands out the most. Actually, Mr. Naughty Naughty is GQ. I like to wear GQ type suits. You know, I want to be just GQ opposed, nothing shiny or flashy, either unique but also GQ at the same time. DJ King Famous is like this. This is a more sort of a jacket, as you can see. Of course, you know, it got the pants, the match, and got the shoes, the match, I got all that. But it's more of a, you know, jacket, more laid back type thing. So that's why I say, as a DJ, not so much. As Mr. Naughty Naughty, maybe so, because I think more men will wear GQ outfits opposed to sequin outfits in so many words. But once again, the material has to be unique and has to be designed on it, and probably a certain color, 3 or 4 colors that are always consistent. I already got a logo, that's not a problem. But I basically want, I'm gonna say, more of an elegant gentleman suit type stuff, but unique and elegant in so many words. So I'm gonna say coming soon on that.
Yeah, you said a key thing. We're gonna look out for that. You said a key thing. Logo.
Yes.
Logo.
Mm-hmm.
Logo.
Yep.
That is very, very crucial as an artist to have your logo, your brand.
Yes.
That is very, very
Yes.
crucial. It does not cost a lot of money to do that. Go to the courthouse. Nope. You can DBA on your name first off.
Bam,
Go to
there
the courthouse
it is.
and get that. Logo is so easy to get someone to create it. All those things. That is so easy. That is your brand. That shows that you're serious about your craft.
Oh yes.
Touch bases on that really quick.
Yeah, because you have to be, in my opinion, identifiable, and you want to. Marketable allows you to do, like you saying, merchandise, and that's additional money. Money.
We lost you, Mr. World Famous.
All right.
Looks like we lost him. No, it was going really good.
It was great.
He was doing great.
Hopefully he'll reconnect
I think he's in Atlanta, so it could be raining in that area. But just
there he is.
There you are. There you are. We got about 3 more minutes.
We good?
Yeah, we got about 3 more minutes. You can say what you gotta say.
Yeah, but in reference to logo and stuff, you definitely, because it's an additional way to merchandise. It's merchandising which allows you to make additional monies, and that's what you want. You want that brand so that you're recognizable, something that you can sell beyond your music for the most part, and hopefully start a positive concept to where individuals wear your clothing or your brand because it represents something that you actually believe in, which in my case, in your case, elegance.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you know, I always tell people, you know, you always get as your first impression is the lasting impression.
Yes.
You know, good or bad, sad to say, a lot of people remember the bad before they actually remember the good, unless that good was something that they definitely embedded in their mind. It's something they've never experienced before. So you always need to bring your A game when it comes
to of course.
Now, you know, I can't stress enough the significance of having a tight-knit friendship with people and this that really truly believes in you as an artist. You know, some people, you have people that are there for a season, you have people there for a reason, you know, and to me, meeting you and working with you is not by chance. So I appreciate you, my brother. I really do. And I appreciate you taking the time out.
I'm actually at an event. I was DJing. I just came in the other room and just set up and everything.
You fully dressed. You know, you're ready to go. I already know. But I will tell you that I appreciate you for taking the time out your day just to sit down and having a 30-minute chat, sit down with you, girl. And do you have anything to say to any listeners in closing? And where will you be next?
Okay. Well, number one, to all my ladies and gentlemen out there, like I said, I have a Facebook group. I also have a community, but I'm going to start with the group because most individuals I deal with are on there. And it's called The Good Time Show because I basically want individuals who want to either have a good time or help us in creating a good time, artists, DJs, et cetera, to go on to that page, you know, join that page so I can actually get information to you, get your information because like you were saying, relationships are so important. Keep this in mind. So you're chasing that money, but what you got to understand is what gives you money? People. So the more people you got, the more money you can get. Build those relationships. That's where your money coming from. People. See what I'm saying? So relationships are so important. See what I'm saying? Stay in your lane.
That's
Build your
right.
relationship based off of your common ground. You don't got to be everything, do everything. Just wherever that common ground is, build that relationship in so many words, because that's where your money gonna come from. God's gonna channel things through people in mysterious ways also. But I believe in people. So my thing is definitely continue to network, continue to meet the right people, surround yourself with those individuals because people are more important or important. I would say that.
Mhm. Well, I want to say in closing, it does not take any money or anything to support another individual, just your time. And to me, that is more than money. And it will not
Yes.
dim your shine or dull your shine. It will enhance it. So until next time, I'll see you next week. Same time, StudioWBuzz.com. You girl, the lady Songbird, Jinda, Facebook Live, Soul to Soul Sit Down, 30-minute Thursday.